mums, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my 30-week pregnancy update. I turn 31 weeks tomorrow when you guys see this video, and so today I'm going to try and keep this as short and simple as I can because it is freezing cold right now. So I want to get back into a heated room as quickly as possible, but I do these updates every single week, letting you guys know what kind of symptoms I'm having and any changes, any updates on appointments and stuff like that. So if you are pregnant, then you can check out all of my previous ones on my channel because I started these at 4 weeks and I'm going to be doing them all the way through till I have baby number 2. If you've not already subscribed, I hope you do by the end of this video. It's free. You just need to click the red button down below, click the bell next to it, and it'll let you know when I come out with a new video. I post 4 new videos every single week. From now on, there'll be Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. And all my videos are related to pregnancy, babies, toddlers and motherhoods. So I hope you stick around and enjoy this video. At 30 weeks pregnant, baby is about 1.6 kilos, which is roughly about 3 pounds and 43 centimeters long. So we're getting closer and closer to that birth weight now, where they're starting to gain a lot more each week. They're gaining about half a pound every week. And it's definitely noticeable. I can notice that when I'm standing, I can't stand for very long, otherwise I'm just getting way too much pain and pressure down there because the weight of it all with the gravity is just really noticeable now. Around this time, if your baby hasn't already turned head down, then they should be starting to. Baby for us already moved head down at 28 weeks, so I am definitely starting to feel that lightning crutch now, that sweet painful sensation whenever they decide to hit their head against my cervix. Great fun. This week I did not have any appointments, but I do have an ultrasound coming later on this week, so I'll be able to update you guys a little bit on what's going on there with baby and their size and health and all of that. But there was no appointments this week, so it was just a little bit of a chilled out week for me because I was in a lot of pain this week. So for me, I didn't get much housework done at all. I barely even slept this week, to be honest. It was a bit of an up and down week for me. Hunter didn't sleep the best either, so that I guess doesn't help when you've got a toddler not sleeping too well. But definitely this week the pressure is on. I actually went and bought disposable nappies today. For those of you who are new to my channel, my son is usually in cloth nappies full time, but with the housework getting on top of me and hubby working 6 days a week most weeks now, and my parents are 3,000 kilometers away, it's a little bit tricky for me at the moment to get on top of everything because I'm just too exhausted by the end of the day to be staying up late at night and clean, which is usually when I would clean the house if I don't do it during a nap time with my son. But during a nap time at the moment, I kind of just need to chill out because otherwise I'm just getting too sore having picked him up or doing too much walking. Speaking of walking, last night we went out to a festival called Dark Mofo, and basically the section of the festival that we went to, you go on a night walk and everything is kind of only lit by fire. So there's like poles with fire on top of them and stuff like that. And it's a bit of an art exhibit with lots of just like weird random things. Anyway, it was really good to go to, but what I didn't realize, because I thought it was just, you know, in a botanical garden, should be nice and chilled out, did not quite realize that it was a lot of up and down hill walking. So that was very, very intense. I actually thought I was going to throw myself into labor many times there. I got so many Braxton Hicks and it was quite painful for me, but I did enjoy getting out of the house and having a little bit of adult interaction. So that was good. But at this stage in the pregnancy, I highly don't recommend you go on a 4-kilometer walk, especially late at night when you're exhausted, because it definitely, you can feel it the next day. New symptoms this week. I've had a couple of times this week where I've really felt like I'm going to throw up, and I don't know what is quite triggering it, but it's just been every now and then, not so much like nausea or morning sickness or anything, but just all this sudden urge all of a sudden that I need to throw up. And I don't know if it's just because I haven't slept that well this week or if it is just third trimester morning sickness coming in. So that is one thing that is a little bit tricky this week. The only other thing is, obviously, like I said, I'm not sleeping very well. I'm finding that I'm waking up quite a lot overnight needing to pee, and funnily enough, I'm surprised that I actually got this far without having to wake up so many times to pee during the night, because I did have some damage to my bladder before I was pregnant with my son. The only issue that I am finding, however, is that during the day I am really struggling to make it to the toilet in time, just because I do have a lot of issues with my bladder. Like I said, I'm finding that I'm needing to stay like right next to a toilet the whole time, because otherwise it's just not going to work. So that's something else that I'm dealing with this week. When it comes to cravings and food aversions, still really not into red meat at the moment, but of course, as per like the last couple, anything chicken is totally fine. Not too sure why. It's really strange. My last pregnancy, I couldn't stomach anything sweet, couldn't stomach anything chicken, and this pregnancy, it's like red meat is a no-go, and anything chicken or sweet is like all I want. So nothing new there, everything's just the same. Wedding rings are still on. My clothes, I'm finding that basically everything when it comes to tops and singlets is riding up, and I'm having to double wear my clothes. So like today I've got another black top underneath this, which is a thermal because I'm cold, but I'm having to wear more than one top just to try and keep my belly warm, because otherwise my singlet or whatever will just ride up on my belly. And yeah, that's the joys of third trimester, I guess, is that everything's not quite long enough, and even if it is, it just finds its way all the way up the top of your belly button, and you know, then you wonder why your belly's cold. I am basically living in trackies and Ugg boots like all day, every day, whenever I get home. So if I go out, I'll wear my jeans, whatever. But as soon as I get home, trackies are straight back on. I'm living the PJ life for sure. I've just got to a point now where I need to be comfortable, and it really doesn't matter what I look like as long as I am comfortable, because I don't have time to be sore or tired or anything like that when I'm chasing after a toddler. Cooking has definitely been a challenge for me this week. Our dishwasher has been broken for 2 weeks now, so it's already so time consuming just trying to wash dishes by hand. And by the time it gets to the end of the day, when hubby gets home, it's too late. I'm so exhausted and I really don't feel up to doing it. So at the moment we're just doing whatever the easiest like oven baked meals are. So if they're like chicken kebabs and roast veggies or stuff like that, still healthy, but just not anything that requires a lot of effort. Braxton Hicks have started to become a little bit of a concern for me, because I'm having so many of them, and you're only supposed to have 1 or 2 in an hour. So this week I actually downloaded a contraction timer, which I'm going to start using, because I want to make sure that I'm not getting more than that in an hour. That was something that I was having with my son, was towards the end when my fluid did get really low, I was getting them all the time. But at the moment, from the last scan, my fluid was okay, it was fine, and it was in a normal range. So hopefully this scan we have this Friday will still say that it's in a normal range. But I'm finding that I'm having to be really careful at the moment with how much I'm doing, because even the smallest things of just picking Hunter up for like 5 minutes or something is setting it off, or picking things up off the floor is setting it off. So I have to be really careful about that, because I'm obviously still too early to be having baby anytime soon. Even though it's not far off from the due date, I just do not want to have baby any earlier than 37 weeks. Do not want to have any of the same issues that I had with my son if I can avoid it. And I mean, he was born at 37 and 2 and we still had issues. So hopefully we can kind of get on top of those, whatever's going on there. I did have a really irritable uterus the last pregnancy that I had with my son, so it could also just easily be that. Things I bought for baby this week, I bought one thing, of course, always, and of course it is from Kmart. So I actually got a pram blanket for them. I have lots of blankets for around the house, but I wanted one for the pram that was a bit thicker. I have some awesome like flannelette bunny rugs from my grandma, which are really good for swaddling and all of that, but I just wanted a nice big blanket that I could put on the pram, and I decided to get this one, which was only $15 from Kmart, and on the inside it's got this fluffy material, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut out a white bunny head and stitch into the middle of it, and then I'm thinking I might actually get the same blanket again and get some orange fabric and do a fox head for my son, because they're like, that's what their animals are, for their nicknames and stuff like that. We've got Fox and Bunny, and so I thought I might do that. But that's probably it that I've actually bought this week for baby, other than like stocking up on baby wipes. But I mean, I already buy so many baby wipes for my son anyway that it's kind of really just buying it for both of them. Nothing too exciting. We did go and look at some car seats today, because even though we've got 2 car seats, they're both a 0 to 4-year-old car seats, and we are thinking we might keep hubby's one in his car so he can still drive Hunter around. So we are thinking we might have to get Hunter a new one for my car soon, which we had a look at some today, and I'm still not 100% sure what I want to do, because I don't want to get the same as what I already have. I think I want to upgrade to a 12-month to 8 years one, just so that we don't have to buy another one in a couple of years. But a lot of those are like massive compared to what he has now, so that's going to take a little bit of time and research to think about that. But luckily at the moment we've got 2 car seats already, so it really doesn't matter if we don't get that anytime soon. And the only other thing that we've decided is, instead of getting Hunter a toddler bed, we're going to get a bassinet, just a second-hand one for now. And then when we move house next year in March, hopefully then the kids will have a big enough room to share that we can get Hunter a king-size bed that's really low to the ground instead of a toddler bed, so that it lasts him a little bit longer. At the moment, the only reason why we looked at a toddler bed was just because they have to all sleep in our room at the moment, just because it's the only one that we can heat in the house aside from the lounge room. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Hunter will actually stay in his cot for now, and hopefully new baby doesn't outgrow the bassinet before we move. Baby will be about 6 months old when we move house, but Hunter was only in the bassinet for a very short amount of time, so worst case scenario, we can just throw the porta cot up and put Hunter in the porta cot if baby needs to go into the cot early before we move. But that's where we're at with that at the moment, and otherwise I don't think there's anything else that we actually need to buy. We're not going to worry about getting a second baby monitor camera at the moment, because obviously, like I said, they're sleeping in our room, so I only need the one monitor at the moment. So we basically have everything for baby now, which is a big relief. But at the same time, of course, I'm still looking at baby stuff every day, because as a mum, you're always looking at more baby stuff. So I'm going to quickly show you guys where my belly is at, and that's pretty well it for today's update. There's not a lot new this week. So excuse my really unattractive maternity pants, but for 30 weeks pregnant, this is where my belly is up to. And you can see that this part of my tattoo is still just coming further and further out. When I'm not pregnant, it actually twists, and it's like twisted that way. But yeah, obviously being pregnant, it's coming forward at the moment. And I still don't have that line down the center, which I actually had that line with my son. And the other thing I've noticed is that last pregnancy I had stretch marks by now on my bum. This time I only have like a couple around my belly button where my belly button piercing used to be. Otherwise I don't have any others that are like new, so that's also another strange thing that I guess we'll wait and see if I get any. Not that I'm really complaining, because I know a lot of people don't like them, but it doesn't really bother me if I do get them. That's it for today's pregnancy update. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you are pregnant, let me know in the comments when you are due. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.